Hey everyone, it's James Frederick. Thank you so much for joining me for Maritime Skies. This is the 6th exhibition of 2023, which is so hard to believe that the summer has flown by and here we are in autumn. But I did a lot of different things this summer and brought them to you, and you were so receptive and supportive, which is amazing, and I thank you for that. So I did watercolors, I did nostalgic objects, I did a tour through the Midwest, and now I'm doing seascapes. So these are all paintings that are inspired by the light and the sky and the water here on Cape Cod. So I live in Provincetown, which is at the very tip of Cape Cod, and the light here is so incredible. I mean, you will hear through the generations, artists have talked about coming here to paint because it's so incredible. So I hope that these pieces convey a bit of that. So I'm going to take you through the work. There's 15 pieces. A lot of them are smaller pieces, which I did intentionally because we're going into this gift-giving season, and it's nice sometimes to give someone a little piece of original art. So think about that. All of the information about all these pieces are going to be in the description here of the video, so you can just click there and go right to the online store to get pricing and dimensions. So again, I'm going to take you through one at a time, and then we'll wrap up at the end. All right, I'm going to take you through all of these pieces. These are all acrylic on canvas and all framed in a black floating frame. So I'll mention the dimensions of each as we go through. This piece is called Silver Sea. It's 12 by 12. So this one definitely shows that metallic kind of reflective light that you get on a kind of overcast day here and when the sun is low in the sky. So it's called Silver Sea. And this piece is 6 by 6. It's called Rising Moon. It's a smaller piece. This is the moonrise over in Truro, where it comes up over the Atlantic. So a little peek at the moon coming up over the water. And this one is called Harbor Glow, which is 8 by 10. And this piece is a view from actually behind the studio here. And we often get this reflective sunset, which is amazing because it's actually looking the opposite direction of the way the sun drops. So you get all of this color against the sky. So it's called Harbor Glow. And this next piece is a larger one. It's 24 by 30, and stepping back so you can take it in. It's called Morning Surf. So it's a beautiful sunrise coming up over the Atlantic off of Head of the Meadow or Ballston Beach, that area. And I love this one. I love how the texture of that underpainting that I do comes through. And I love the reflective quality of the light on the water. So this one is called Morning Surf. Again, it's 24 by 30. This piece is called Cold Storage Beach. And I love the kind of cool palette of this one. This one is a beach where you can see Provincetown way off in the distance. And you can also see Wood Inn and Long Point because you see the whole hook of Cape Cod from there. So it's called Cold Storage Beach. And sorry, it's 8 by 10. And this piece is 12 by 12. It's called Hindu. And if you're familiar with Provincetown and being here in the summer, there's this beautiful schooner that takes you out on excursions, and it's called the Hindu. And one night we were out in a sailboat years ago now when it came by. This is in the harbor looking towards Truro, and the Hindu just cruised by And it was just amazing light that night. The sky ended up being completely pink. The water turned pink, as you see. And I thought, how can it be any more magical? And then suddenly, an entire group of dolphin came up and started swimming. It was just mind-boggling. So anyway, that one is called Hindu. It's 12 by 12. And this little piece is 6 by 6, and it's called Atlantic Morning. And it's really that same view as that larger piece I shared with you of the sun coming up over the Atlantic. And this piece is called Dune Grass. And this is at Race Point Beach, where the life-saving station is, and you can see the sky beyond of the sunset. And this piece is called Herring Cove Sunset. And this is that view of Race Point that I love from Herring Cove. So we get so many beautiful sunsets out there. And this piece is large, it's 30 by 30, and it's called Distant Rain. And I took a photo from the beach so you can see the waves kind of crashing in the foreground at that time of year when the light is so low, and it was just sparkling. And then off in the distance, the storm clouds were bringing a bit of rain. So it's called Distant Rain. But I'm just gonna zoom in a little and give you some of the texture here. So I love how I layered the different colors of gray and white and created these magnificent clouds. I mean, I really thought as I started to paint this piece that there would be no way I could capture it because it was such a stunning photo. And I feel like it was very successful, so I'm happy about that. And this piece is called Evening Tide. It's 8 by 10. And it's just a smaller study of those extravagant clouds that we get that are just so colorful. And this piece is called Sailor's Delight. And if you're familiar with the old saying, you know, if a red sky appears at night, it's a sailor's delight. So this one is 8 by 10, and it's called Heading In. And it's a fishing boat coming into port after a long day of fishing. This one's 12 by 12, and it's called Still Morning. And I love this. This is a view of the sunrise before the sun actually breaks through the horizon in the far east end of town, looking towards Truro. And this piece is called Golden Orb. And sometimes when the sunset happens, this is at Herring Cove with Race Point in the distance, 18 by 18. But sometimes when I go out there for a beach fire and a sunset, it's very blue, the sky, and then you think there's not going to be much color, and all of a sudden, right as the sun approaches the horizon, you get this glow. So it's called Golden Orb. So that is Maritime Skies. Thank you so much for joining. I wanted to make you aware of a couple things. One is that I created this little set of note cards. It's called 10 Summers. And I picked one image, one painting from each of the 10 summers that I've been painting here. And it was quite a job to go through all of those pieces, but they came out really great. And here's an example of one of them from 2020. So each card tells you the title and the year. So it's a great way to celebrate the fact that it's been 10 years. So it's called the 10 Summers blank note cards. And you can find those on my website too. If you go to that link that's here in the description, just take the navigation to art prints. It's under art prints. And then I just wanted to share with you this piece, which is called Nightlife. And it's a piece that will be included in my next show, which you should tune in for on November 10th. It's called The City. So it'll be my take on New York City. So that will be a cool show to wrap up the season with. And then, like every year, I'll be doing some holiday note cards and some keepsake ornaments. So tune in next time for The City and you will hear all about those. So thanks again. Everyone have a great autumn and I will see you November 10th.